Great. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम् Hare Krishna. So yesterday we were discussing, actually since few days we were discussing about how the jiva without his without his intention or without his endeavor takes the shelter of Prakriti, and constantly he has to be safeguarded to really understand what are the intricacies of taking shelter of Prakriti. We don't aspire, or we have a desire because the heart is not fully pure. Still, the material desires are there somewhere in the corner. So through those desires, Jiva will try to take or aspire to take the shelter of the Prakriti. So when we think further about this, since millions of lifetimes, the Jiva, without his endeavor, but he has a desire to be happy independently. So through that endeavor, he is trying to do so many things. So through those things, he is thinking that he'll be happy by doing that. What is Maya is the material nature is so powerful that it will give some happiness. Otherwise, nobody will do. Say, if there is no happiness in this particular world, then people will be mad. There is happiness. But the thing is, the happiness is in an illusory state. That's how the material nature, just like the Srila Prabhupada's prayer. In this prayer, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, if the entire world is in the mode of passion and ignorance, how come this truth of Krishna consciousness, which is in a transcendental plane, can be given to them? So it is very difficult. That's why what the state of Srila Prabhupada is continuously is in the state of fully dependent, is fully depending on the mercy of the Lord. So with this state of consciousness, he entered America. So there's a clear indication that the material nature is very, very powerful. So, and through that material nature, everyone is afflicted, either in the mode of passion or in the mode of ignorance. Doing anything without any thought process or consciousness running behind is a mere ignorance act. And then doing an action with some expectation is a mere passion act. Through an expectation, without doing any, without thinking, without having any thought process, just simply doing it for pleasure, that is an ignorance. That means person doesn't see whether that thing is beneficial to me or not. So gunas, they are very subtle, which we can't see. It's not a physical thing. The mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, those are three gunas which we cannot see. That is the orchestra of the material nature. The jiva The jiva's desire is always falling in these three categories. The jiva desires something. When a jiva desires, it is either in goodness, either in passion, or either in ignorance. Or it's either in goodness, passion, and ignorance, combination of that. It's a permutations and combination. Some percentage is goodness, some percentage is in passion, some percentage is in the combination of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Some percentage, sometimes some of the desires might be in the combination of passion and ignorance. But it all the desires do fall under this category. So as the jiva is anticipating for doing that act or an action, that's how he's been kept in that state. And then through that state, he will definitely get some happiness. People are not foolish. They do so many things in this world. They definitely get some happiness. For example, a person who is drinking, he will definitely get some happiness. But through that happiness, his body is deteriorating. He doesn't understand that. But some happiness is there. That's why he goes and then he does that. He drinks. So likewise, there's so many desires in this world. Person earning money, well, they'll fulfill some desires through that. So material nature will fulfill that also. What is he doing is using that intelligence. The jiva, if you just see the orchestra of this, how it is dealing is, the Lord has given everything. The Lord has given the facility. He has provided the material nature. He has provided the three modes of material nature, the sattva, raja, and tama. He has provided facility. He has provided the body, provided the mind, provided the intelligence, provided the false ego, thinking that we are the doer. He provided everything. Which we discussed yesterday also. So through that providing, what is he also doing into our consciousness is he's giving us a choice. Now, my dear child, I gave you everything. Now it is up to you which one you want to select. Just like a father, loving father, he comes and then he presents three things to his son. He tells, now, my dear son, you have three things in front of you. Now it's up to you. You can select one, whatever you like. It's a tradition, right? In India, on the name giving ceremony, once the Vaishnava would feed the name giving, first Annaprasana, first grain, grain ceremony. After doing that, then they put different items in the front, and then they would ask the baby to crawl and then select whatever they want. So now the baby, what is he doing? She's selecting a choice. So likewise, so whatever they selected, the parents will be very happy. Oh, my child has found this, he has touched this first. It's a relationship between the father and the child. Likewise, dear devotees, Lord created us for the relationship. Now, a lot of people would ask, why Lord created everyone? He could have, he's Atmaram, he's self-satisfied. But still, he wants reciprocations. He wants relationship. He wants give and taking. Through that, he has so many ways, different relations. But the jiva who's rebellious, he said, no, 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 I do not want your relationship. And then that's how the jiva would come to this material world. And then even after coming to the material world, just like a father gives everything to the child, here also Krishna is giving us different things, different facilities. Or if one aspires to go to America, he says, okay, granted. He says, okay, your visa is sanctioned. Okay, you go and do that. And then person after going, then he says, my dear Lord, please give me full-time job. My dear Lord, please give me green card, this, that, so many things. Krishna says, okay, granted, granted, granted. What is he doing? Whatever the jiva is desiring, Lord is fulfilling it. Through that fulfillment, not just that, the jiva is also satisfied a little bit. Because just like his father, right? The father, he cannot. Even though the son is away from him, still he wants to take care of him. The son doesn't know. The father knows. The son doesn't, just like a son doesn't know why my father is sending me to a hostel. Hostel. The, the child doesn't understand why the father is sending me there. It's for his benefit, so that he will study well. Likewise, Lord, here very clearly showing us, okay, now I've given you everything. Now it is up to you what you have to do. It is up to you. You need to understand me. That's why we have Bhagavad Gita. That is the whole point of Bhagavad Gita. Now a question will come, why this Bhagavad Gita actually came? Arjuna, he would have simply, accepted everything. Krishna, whatever you say, I'll do it. Then Bhagavad Gita wouldn't have established. For example, Arjuna goes into the battlefield and then he says, yes, let's go, Krishna, let's go and kill them. Then that's it. Arjuna would have killed them, but the Gita wouldn't have been manifested. The Gita got manifested on a special purpose, dear devotees. If we understand this purpose today, our progress in Krishna consciousness will be so deep actually. I'll tell the essence and the purpose because it is important to understand this and how Arjuna would perceive the truth also. We need to understand that. Arjuna, he knows everything, dear devotees. First thing, he knows all the scriptures, all the essence of everything. He knows who Krishna is also. Everything he knows. Now, in this particular instance, Arjuna was kept in a particular state. What is the state? This is a very difficult state. This kind of difficulty Arjuna never faced in his life before. This is the first time he is facing this kind of, it's a very unique problem. Very unique problem. For Arjuna, it is a problem. It is a big problem. It's like a mountain. He's seeing this problem like a mountain, like a huge mountain. And then he's trying to do an assessment. Because he's a Kshatriya. He's trying to do an assessment. He's telling, my dear Lord, this is not as per Dharma. This is how it began. This is not as per Dharma. Why should I kill these personalities? Why should I go? Why should I take that approach? And he gives thousands of reasons. First chapter, entire Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna gives various reasons. After giving all the reasons, still his heart is not satisfied. Please understand. That means knowing knowledge is not just one thing, dear devotees. Arjuna has unlimited knowledge. Don't you think that Hiranyakashipu is knowledge? Oh, yes, too much knowledge. Hiranyaksha? Oh, too much. Duryodhana? Dhritarashtra? Oh, Kamsa? Oh, Kamsa has also so much knowledge. But the knowledge of these personalities and the knowledge of Arjuna is different. If you see, these personalities did not accept the truth as is. But Arjuna, you know how Arjuna accepted? It's very interesting here. That's how actually Gita manifested. The moment Arjuna gives so many reasons, his heart is somehow he was not satisfied. Just like if a serious sadhaka is chanting Hare Krishna, if his heart is not satisfied, he will immediately tell, oh bro, my heart is not satisfied. Why? What is the reason? I'm chanting Hare Krishna, but my heart is not satisfied. He is accepting. Now, what should be done so that my heart can be satisfied? Very important, dear devotees. He is asking, what can be done so that my heart is satisfied? Very important. But this question has to come. Otherwise, dear devotees, why are we here? We should really ask this question. Why are we coming to the classes? Why are we hearing? The intention is this. When we chant Hare Krishna, we should go deep. When we hear, we should go deep. When we apply, we should go deep. When we are following, we should go deep. The principles has to be manifested. The qualities has to be manifested. So Arjuna asked this honest question, my dear Lord, somehow I'm speaking everything. But still, my my hands are shivering, my voice is choked up, tears are flowing from the eyes. Somehow I'm unable to do this. I know you told me to do this, but somehow my heart is not accepting. This is honesty. Please understand, dear devotees. This is a very beautiful science, Krishna consciousness. We see in the life of Srila Prabhupada also. Now, through that poem, Srila Prabhupada very clearly manifesting that, okay, my dear Lord, you brought me, you gave me the name Bhaktivedanta, but I don't know how I am Bhaktivedanta. Now you gave me as Bhaktivedanta, now you have to prove that. Now what is he doing? He's putting it in the hands of the Lord. Now who will put in the hands of the Lord? Not a normal person. Not a normal person will not do that. Because a normal person is always filled with false ego. Through that false ego, what he would think is, I can do this. Just like when we come to the process, we think that we can chant Hare Krishna. Now I'll give another important aspect here. Arjuna says, we'll go forward. We'll go forward to sixth chapter and then again we'll come back to this conversation. Arjuna says in sixth chapter, Chanchale mana Krishna Prabhadu Jal Balabhadram. Arjuna is telling, my mind is very uncontrollable. His mind is very voracious. I can even control the will, but I can't control the mind. Now, who is this person speaking? We need to understand. This Arjuna is very greatest archer, not a normal person. He sees down and then he's shooting he's shooting in the sky. He can even shoot by closing the eyes. He can even shoot in darkness. Even though it is dark, he can shoot the destination. Now, how is that he will shoot in this darkness? That is his not that is his skill which he has learned from Dronacharya. After having all these things, and he's a greatest Vaishnava, that person is telling Chanchale Mana Krishna. And Arjuna didn't have cell phones those days. There's no cell phones. There's nothing like that. But still he's saying that I can't control. Then if Arjuna cannot control, how can we control? A honest person will simply accept that. Yes, yes. Okay, Arjuna cannot control. How can I control? Now, if I think I can control, then why is it the holy name is not giving relishment to me in the heart? Because there's so many other things going on in our consciousness. Why am I checking that how many more rounds are there? Or why am I checking the clock? Or why am I just walking and chanting? Or why am I just trying to finish my rounds? Or why am I just skipping my rounds? These are all the valid questions. These are all the questions of a person who is very honest. It's very important. We should inquire like that only. It is important. Just like Arjuna, he inquired. How he inquired? He said, oh, my dear Lord, you have kept me in this particular state. I cannot accept this condition. Then he says, I'm totally bewildered at this particular point. Now you tell me. And then at this moment, Arjuna says, my dear Lord, I'm completely submitting to you. This is the most important thing. No matter what, dear devotees, today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 10 years later down the line, this state of consciousness should be manifested in our heart. If it is manifested today, that is well and good. You'll save a lot of time. If it is not manifested today, if it is manifesting after 10 years, then that means we have wasted 10 years. If it is manifested today, that's great. What Arjuna did, my dear Lord, you tell me. Whatever you tell, I'll accept. Now, that is the reason Arjuna had a relationship with the Lord. Now, Lord is not speaking a supreme personality of Godhead. The Lord is leaving his lordships, and then he's taking the position of the spiritual master. Please understand this here, very, very important. The Lord is not the Lord is not speaking some things here. What is Lord doing here? He's telling, my dear Arjuna, now I will tell you, you hear from me. Now, what is the telling? This is a real telling. Because Krishna took the position of the spiritual master and then he started speaking. And he chastises Arjuna first. You think that you're great, you think that you're speaking big, big words. It's all foolishness. This is how he started the conversation. Immediately, he chastised Arjuna. Because what Arjuna did, he completely submitted himself. But chastisement is only coming to that person who has completely submitted himself. Otherwise, what happened? Oh, Prabhu, you are a great devotee. You are this, you are that. Because the relationship is not deep. Oh, Prabhu, you are working in a big company. You are this, you are that. You are a great person. No? You work in a big company, but still you practice Krishna consciousness. The words will be like this. Because the relationship is not deep. But when the relationship is deep, if there is really a problem, then they will immediately correct it. Because why they don't correct? Because if the correction is happening in the front, in the upfront, for example, I'll give another beautiful example. Dear devotees, there is this, you're constructing a home. Let's say the foundation is not deep, and then you are putting one floor, second floor, third floor. Do you think that the building will sustain? No, building doesn't sustain. If the foundation is not correct, building will not sustain. The foundation is relationship. The relationship between the disciple and the spiritual master. And the foundation is very thick. You know what happens in devotees? When the foundation is thick, then only one floor, second floor, third floor. When the foundation is good, when the relationship is accepted, then the chastisement will come. That's why it's very clear indication. Krishna only chastised after Arjuna submitted himself. Until that point of time, there is no chastisement. You should also understand very important aspect here is Lord actually took that position because if he is a friend, he cannot give that instructions. Please understand here. Arjuna and Krishna, Arjuna is Saka, is a friend of the Lord. In that friendship, these words cannot be manifested. They both eat in the same plate. They both go together in the chariot. Arjuna put the hand on Krishna. Krishna will put the hand on Arjuna. They go. They discuss so many things. So through that relationship, the truth cannot be manifested. So Krishna has to take another position. It is a special position. That special position is this: is taking the is wearing the hat of the spiritual master. Then he begins speaking the truth. Then Arjuna understood. But here, if you see the other examples which I started the conversation, what is example of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra, Kamsa, Sisupala? They all know about the truth. Don't you think they know? They all went to the school. They studied everything. They know everything, but they are not in a position to accept. This is a difficult state. The first shloka itself is actually proof for that. The first shloka of Gita. In the first shloka, it is a very clear indication that Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Utsavaha Mamaka Pandavaschaiva Kim Kurota Sanjaya is actually differentiating my sons and sons of Pandu. Prabhupada very clearly mentioned. You see, this is a state of Dhritarashtra. He has full attachment to his children. See, without the without Krishna consciousness, it is just raga only, dear devotees. The children, husband, wife. Oh, my dear wife, you are very beautiful. Oh, my dear husband, you are so handsome. These are all on the platform of raga. because that so-called beauty, so-called handsomeness, it will diminish within few years. Then it all stays on the unnatural plane. So through raga, there is no connection actually. The real connection only established through Krishna consciousness. The Dhritarashtra didn't had that. That's why what is he doing? He's demarcating because through that attachment, he cannot understand the absolute truth. Even though Vidura is continuously telling him again and again, Dhritarashtra cannot understand. Please try to understand. We should understand this. We should understand that if we have the attachments and aversions, raga and dvesha, that means when the attachments are not fulfilled, dvesha comes. These are all in the three modes of material natures, dear devotees. She's actually tossing us up and down in various ways. So many inabilities. So through the tossing of what is happening is manifestation. That is the reason why the heart is not satisfied. Now, if you see Hiranyakashipu, another example. Actually, I want to complete this. Then we will go there if time permits. The Thrashta in this particular state, what is he doing here? What? Oh, complete aversion. Srila Prabhupada said, through this aversion, remember my spiritual master telling about this. Very, very important actually. You see, he said to us like this in the class. Dear devotees, this is how it is. If you have this aversion and attachment, you can never understand the absolute truth. Just like Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra didn't understand that how much trouble Duryodhana is making to the entire world. Because he's not seeing that. Person who has attachment, he will not see. Because, for example, I'll give you another example. There is a doctor. He's a doctor for 30 years, 40 years. He has done so many patients, so many operations, so many are successful. But he has to do an operation for his children, for his child, his daughter or his son. The hand which is rock solid, it will shake up. Why? Because it is his son. He cannot he cannot fully focus. He cannot put full efforts because he cannot see her as a patient. Because up until this point of time, he was doing with the knowledge, but now he has to do with heart. His heart doesn't accept. Same situation Arjuna has. Heart is not accepting. If we get a difficult situation, the heart will not accept. Please understand. That is the whole point. When our situations are good, that's the reason, dear devotees. So many people don't hear the truth because they sit there very happy in their life. They are very satisfied. Only person who has difficulty he will hear. He'll try to understand the absolute truth. There's so much obstruction, dear devotees. But a person who is in a comfort zone, like Dhritarashtra, Dhritarashtra is in a comfort zone. What kind of comfort zone? Oh, his son is ruling the world. He's happily doing sense gratification. He's very happy. That's why he cannot see the presence of the Lord. Even though on the one side, Vidura is telling him again and again, "Oh, my dear brother, give this up, give this up." Actually, he tells the moment Duryodhana was born, kill this rascal right away. He will do nonsense to this world. Because Vidura, he can see the future, is a pure devotee. He's empowered directly from the Lord. Very pure soul. He tells him, kill this rascal right away. No, no, he's my son. That means what happened? The raga started there itself. Please understand that what is our entire life goes behind this only. Oh, my child, my child, my child, this, that, my husband, this, that, so many other things. If those relationships are not good, dvesha, envy. My husband is very bad, or my wife is very bad. Jealous, envy, so many other things. Why? This is how the material nature will trick us. That is the reason why these personalities did never submit. Please understand. There's so many attachments. That is also one of the reasons why people do not hear the absolute truth, because it is truth is truth. Truth is always bitter. That's why people don't accept. Because see here devotees. For example, if a person has diabetes, then the doctor says, Ayurvedic doctor says, no, you should eat Karela, you should drink Karela juice every day. You should eat neem balls every day in the morning. And then put it in the water and then drink that neem balls. It's good for you. And the neem juice, you should drink 1 cup of neem juice. So many other things that are. But this person who doesn't want to cure himself, he says, "Oh, I don't want this." Then he has to suffer for that. Diabetes will not go. He has to take English medicines, which will only give surface level. It will not. It will not remove the root. That's why they make a lot of money. English medicines. It's expensive. Immediate results. But the thing is, now coming back to this, if we don't want to cure our disease, then we don't have to take that. That's an austerity. Who will take Karela every day? Who will eat neem juice? Who will drink neem juice? It's difficult. But if a person is embracing that, then he'll come out of that. Very, 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 very important. This aspiration we need to do, dear. So to the point, Arjuna only was able to do that because he understood this is the game of the material nature. All these personalities they know, but they don't want to submit. They want to accept. Very, very important. This is the key. The key of getting Bhagavad Gita, the key of understanding Bhagavad Gita is this. If we get this, actually we'll discuss about this tomorrow also. Using another examples. This time is already running out. Because if we understand this core to the heart, all will be very happy in this world, no matter how many difficulties you get. The absolute truth in the association, what it gives is the association of our acharyas. They're the moment we take their association of spiritual master, the moment we take their association, what happens is the obstructions will be there. Dear devotees, every person will go through obstructions, but they get the strength to come out of those obstructions. The moment he gets the strength to come out of that obstruction, then his faith in Krishna consciousness will be increased. He goes deep. Because काम कर रहा है ना अभी. Just like a person taking Karela juice, it is working. His diabetes levels are improving. Then what he will do? He will continue that for that course for the next 6 months or 1 year. Then no diabetes after that. It's completely gone. Doesn't have to go through. Hare Krishna. This we need to explain. Hare Krishna. A lot of people will get difficulties, but they don't understand the solution of those difficulties. The solution to the difficulties is absolute truth. Taking shelter of the Lord through His words, through His one ear, one instruction, one sloka is enough, dear devotees, to wipe off everything, all the things from our heart. One sloka. Hare Krishna. I think it's already time. We stop here. 7:30. Your place. Thank you all very much. Anyone would like to add anything? Otherwise, we could stop it here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Prabhu. Yes,
Thank
Prabhuji,
you so
please.
much for wonderful lecture. just wanted to mention one thing from my experiences.
Please,
Unless we
please.
don't take shelter, like you rightfully said, of the absolute truth, there's no way we are going to be able to handle any calamities come our way. And like I told you before, I have experienced many mishaps in my life during the last 2 decades. So the only time that I think that I could have withstand and handled these calamities was when I truly understand my purpose here on earth and what I should be doing, and realize that we have to surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord.
Yes, true.
And with that strength, I can definitely say it gives you an extra layer of protection as to how to deal with these circumstances. Just wanted to share that, Prabhuji.
Definitely,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you all very much. Stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.